Akash Inti, the real reflection of you. You know, I had a conversation with my dad earlier today, and I was talking to him about, I guess, some of the stuff I'm up to, and it wasn't like I was like, hey, Dad, these are the things I'm up to. It's more along the lines of, I was giving him some information, like an update on, like, my life situation, where I'm at, and as it relates to my car specifically. And I noticed how he was getting, like, super upset. Or he was getting all serious. He wasn't getting upset, he was getting serious. And I noticed, like, these triggers of, like, just going off, seemingly unconscious. And I recognized in that moment, I was like, oh, cool. These are the same types of triggers that when my dad was, like, announcing his dreams, if he wants to go to the US or he wants to marry someone who's not Indian, all of these things came up, not from him, but from his family. And from his mother, because it was only his mother at the time. And so it just made me realize, like, when we go through something, when we do something that we want to, when we want to do, when we follow our dreams, and our family starts to start questioning us, or start asking us, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. Why are you taking a risk like this? I don't do whatever, you know, like when they tell you what to do because they think that they know better than you do. And maybe they do, maybe they don't, who knows? No one really knows. It just depends on, I don't really know what it depends on. It depends on what success is defined as, you know, and how we each define success for ourselves. And I've noticed the importance of defining that for myself, because if I don't define something, the world chooses that definition for me. In other words, a word like success. If I don't define what success is for myself, then the world will be like, well, this is what success is, or there's going to be some vague idea or understanding of what success means, or what wealth means, or what health means, or whatever a specific term means. And it's so important to be clear on what those things mean for myself. I've found that for myself that I almost spend more time thinking through, what do these things mean? What do these terms mean? For me specifically, what do they mean for Akash Inti? Because to me, that's almost like one of the only things to really be doing here. Yeah, I could have a lot of money. Yeah, I could have a lot of fame. Yeah, I could have a lot of, like, material things. Yeah, I could have a lot of quote-unquote friends, but if none of that is what I really want, or if I don't define what each of those terms mean for myself, then they're almost meaningless. They are meaningless in those senses. I'm realizing how I need to figure these things out for myself. That no one's going to come and tell me, well, these are the way things are. And if someone does, that's only that person's opinion. That's only that person's viewpoint. That's only that person's perspective. It's not mine. Like, I don't own it. I don't have it. And in truth, I really don't think we own anything. I mean, yeah, I'm living in this space right now, and I'm wearing a shirt. I've got long hair, but even all of these things, I don't really own them. I'm simply, it feels like I'm borrowing them from the universe in some senses. It feels like I'm borrowing the shirt. It's just, I'm using it. I'm borrowing this time even. You know, I really do feel like I'm living on borrowed time. I've been feeling that more than ever lately. That's the moments of time that I'm living in right now are, I feel like, borrowed. I feel like I don't own them. And the truth is, I own them only when I own them, when I decide that I own them. And specifically as it relates to immaterial things, like things that are not material, like ideas. I only own my ideas when I decide to own them. And that's why I stand behind what I say, and I say what I stand by. And at the same time, I reserve the right to change my mind. That's one big key concept, and it's something that I stick with, is that over time, I will change my mind, because I'm the type of man that if I find a better idea, I go with that better idea, period. I change over time. That's part of me as a human being. There's nothing in this world that's stagnant. Even the things that we think are stagnant are not stagnant. Rocks, for example. We look at mountains and we're like, oh, look at that mountain. It never changes. Erosion! Like, things happen. Things always change. Even the things that are static are always changing. So shout out to one of my mentors, Vince Kelvin, on this idea of, are things static or are they dynamic? In other words, where I am right now, is it static? Am I going to always be like this? No, it's not. It's dynamic. It's always changing. And so this is kind of where I'm at right now. It's not kind of where I'm at. This is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm sitting. This is how I'm expressing. These are the ideas that I'm taking from the universe around me and speaking out through my lips, my throat. This is my expression right now, and I love it. I really do. Keep up, thrive, stay sexy.